Hey, anatomy students. So, as I was checking your OneNote and entering in some grades and planning the week, I did notice that we weren't being as successful as I would like us to be in this class. So, I'm going to show you a couple of things in hopes that these things will be helpful to you and can kind of get you on the right track. We only have one more week until you have a 2 week break. So please do your best this week, put your full effort forth, and then you will have 2 weeks off. And believe me, I am feeling it too. I'm in the same boat as y'all. I have a ginormous graduate paper due on Thursday, which is why I'm trying to get everything done for you guys today so that I can work on my stuff this week. So let me put this in perspective. The hub is going to change a little bit. I am only going to have kind of one agenda here so that you can see everything in one place. Your previous work is still on the hub, okay? You would have to click resources, and then there is a resource page in the resource folder that that lists all of your previous assignments. However, you really won't need to see those unless there's something from last week that you did not do. Then you can find that by going to resources, clicking on the resource folder, and going to the cycle 1 and cycle 2 assignments and information. You can find it there. Okay, but you do have an assignment folder, and here you can see all assignments for cycle 3, which is what we're currently in, and then you have your cycle 1 and cycle 2 assignment folder here. Okay, so this is what you need to be focusing on, not that folder there. But everything is in one place on the home page. Okay, so you should be able to find everything here. I will have resources on what we are covering located here in this box. You also have your links for the class here. And then I made an assignment tracker for y'all, which I will update every single weeks with new assignments that you need to be covering, okay? Here is what your assignment tracker looks like this week. You'll see today that you guys have some Chapter 7 notes due. I did go and check your OneNote, and I think I had like one student maybe write notes on Chapter 7, which I have now been asking you to be reading and taking notes on Chapter 7 for 2 weeks. So if you haven't done this, which most of you have not, and received a missing for this specific assignment, you have until tonight at midnight to do those. You are also watching a recorded lecture by me on Edpuzzle. I finally got that up. So you're going to be watching part 1, which is just the muscular system in general. You do have access to those slides as well, okay? On Tuesday, you are going to receive an assignment. I'm going to be explaining an assignment to you. My cat is going nuts. I will be explaining the assignment to you. It's an action potential assignment. You're basically going to be describing to me how a muscle contraction and an action potential happens, and we are covering that tomorrow in class. Okay, so I'm going to be actually explaining to you in detail how that happens, and we're going to be doing that via an interactive lesson. You also will have a reading check on Tuesday. I was going to make it today, okay? However, through browsing your OneNotes, again, I noticed that none of you, almost virtually none of you, took notes, and I was going to let you use those notes on your Chapter 7 reading check. So this is giving you an opportunity to take those notes and then to be successful in that reading check tomorrow, okay? On Friday, you have a major grade quiz on the muscular system. I will be going over what is on that quiz as far as like general content tomorrow. Okay, so you'll have more of an idea. It will be about 30 points. Okay, so 15 questions, about 2 points each. And you'll have a short, extended response. Okay, not too long. I don't know what's going on with her. So this is your assignment tracker. I will add tabs to the bottom so that you'll have like new week tabs, and you'll be able to see this for every single week. You will also see the unit. So whatever chapter you need to be reading is going to be there. Okay, now I wanted to just pause and show you guys how I would take notes, okay, or how I did take notes in college and in high school to be able for you guys to be successful with this, okay? So let's just say I'm taking notes on chapter 7. I did tell you guys in the beginning of the year, it is easier if you download this textbook onto your computer, okay? I would highly recommend doing that. Then, most of you have the capability of splitting your screen. It's going to look a little bit different than what I'm doing right now because I'm on my Mac, but you do have the ability to split your screen, okay? So what I would do if I were taking notes is I would split my screen, okay? And I would start typing in my OneNote, and yours probably wouldn't look like this because you might be using the actual version of your, or the, not the web version, but the app version of this. But I would literally just start reading, okay? And I would say, so chapter 7 is called the muscular system. 7.1 is functions. I don't know why this is doing this. Okay. So then I would start reading. Okay. So you need to be able, after reading 7.1, to list the functions of the muscular system. Okay. Now, obviously, you've got like an introduction here. And then you move on to this second kind of section. This chapter focuses primarily on the structure and function of skeletal muscle. Cardiac and smooth muscle are described only briefly, okay, which is true. We are focusing on skeletal muscle here. So following are the major functions of the muscular system. Okay, so there are 7. I would type the major functions of the muscular system. And I would actually type them out. Movement of the body. Okay. And by reading it, I'm thinking like, okay, contraction of skeletal muscles is responsible for the overall movement of the body, such as walking, running, and manipulating objects with the hands. I know that I don't really need to write all of that out, but I can write movement of the body, so on and so forth. Okay. Anything that is kind of highlighted or bolded or in italicized, I know that it's probably important. Okay. But again, then I would move on to 7.2. I know what I need to do in my learning outcomes in 7.2. I would probably start with defining what skeletal muscle is, and then listing the 4 major functional characteristics of skeletal muscle. Okay, contractility, excitability, extensibility, and elasticity. Okay. Again, I would just outline every single section of this. I would even take some screenshots and insert them into this section. But this is kind of what I wanted to touch on. Okay, so once you get to things that are like large paragraphs here, okay, so most of these will go with a picture. Okay, there's going to be a picture or an image that allows you to take a closer look at that. Make sure that you look in the parentheses, okay, next to something in order to kind of see what its importance is. So for example, I have my actin strands and my myosin millefins in figure 7.2e. Okay, so where's 7.2? That's 7.3 down there. Right here, I can see 7.2e. Okay, it literally shows me what actin and myosin look like. Okay, so I would just highly, highly, highly recommend you starting to move through this. So if I were here in this section and I was typing about actin and myosin filaments, I would italicize it. Just like it is in the text. And then I would literally just start to bullet point. Okay, actin myofilaments or thin filaments are made up of one of 3 components: actin, tropomyosin, and troponin. So actin, equals thin filaments made of 3 components: pectin, troponin, and tropomyosin. Okay, you guys get the gist. Now, this is going to take some time, okay? And I don't expect you to kind of get, all of chapter 7 read in 30 minutes, okay? Reading takes time. I spent hours learning this material, and it does take hours. I can lecture at you all you want, but if you don't sit with the material, if you don't read it and digest it in some way, shape, or form, whether that is you are typing notes, whether you are physically writing notes because that's better for you, if you don't sit and digest it in some way, shape, or form, it will not stay with you. You will not be able to understand what we're really talking about at its fullest potential if you don't spend time with it, okay? So you can do this. Like I said, you can take a picture of your notes and insert it into your OneNote if you would like to do that. But taking your notes, this is a blank canvas. I will have an outline kind of notes / questions for you as a study guide that I will give you tomorrow that you can kind of go off of from the slides, but you should have chapter notes on chapter 7, okay? I am available for questions. I can help you understand something. I can read a paragraph to you and tell you what that means from my point of view. I'm willing to do pretty much anything for y'all in order to help you understand, but it does start with you, okay? I can't make you do any of this. I can't make you finish watching this video, but I am here for you, and I am an expert in this, and I love this subject a lot. So I want to share that passion with you, and I want you to love it just as much as I do. But it does take some time. It takes time and it takes effort. And I believe that each and every single one of you can do that. And I know that you have other classes and other obligations, but that's the reality of things right now. That's the reality of life. And it's just compartmentalizing and prioritizing. And I think you guys can do it. Okay. So taking notes, checking the homework tracker. Okay. Looking at the hub. What do I have to do every day? Am I fulfilling my objectives? Do I know how to do these things? Okay. Am I emailing Miss Myers if I have a homework? Am I sending her a remind? Emailing if I have a homework. Am I emailing Miss Myers if I have a question about my homework? Am I sending her a reminder, a Teams message? Okay. Most weekends I'm probably not available, but I will get back to you on Monday morning with the answers to your questions. Am I looking at the resources? Okay. Am I really diving deep into the content? I'm here for you. I know that you can be successful. Let's do this.